The first time you meet Alice, you might honestly feel sorry for her. She has been through a lot. She lost her husband to COVID. She's a full-time caregiver to her 2 sons who are on the autism spectrum, and she's still raising her 2 daughters and holding everything together. Honestly, her life is not easy. But somewhere in the middle of all that weight, Alice taught me something I will never forget. Sometimes we have to hold on to the 2% that is working and refuse to let the 98% that is falling apart define our entire story. On today's episode of Slow, Intentional and Conscious Living, Alice shares why she decided to leave the city, downsize and build her home in Ndovoini. She talks about choosing a life that works for her and her children, even if it looks different from what people expect. And she also walks us through why it's important to honor the season we are in, even when we are not where we ultimately want to be.
My name is Alice Dianga Achieng. I am a mother of 4, 2 boys and 2 girls, also a widow. I'm also a caregiver of 2 awesome young men living with autism. And I made the conscious decision to do the slow living in Ndovoini. This place is called Ndovoini, and it's not been an easy journey, but it has been worth it all the way.
Love to hear it. You've just said something very important. It's not been an easy journey, but it's been worth it. And we are going to get to why it's a journey worth taking. But first things first, I really do appreciate you for taking this time and welcoming us into this personal space. I don't take it for granted when people say, Lynn, come home, see my home, let me share my story with you. That is something I do not take for granted. So truly and honestly, I really do appreciate that.
Wow. Thank you.
Yes. Now, let's get into this conversation again with the statement you just made. What makes it worth it? What makes this journey worth taking?
The reason why I would say it's been a worthwhile journey is because it's been a lesson in understanding who I am as a person, a lesson in making mistakes, learning from the mistakes and growing. And also the deepest of the lesson is appreciating life. There are so many things that are very important in life that we take for granted. And considering, especially for me as somebody who was born in the city, grew up in the city, schooled in the city, I realized there are so many things we take for granted until life hits the fan. And this journey has put me in a place where I've been able to not only learn myself, but also learn people and my surroundings and appreciate everything from the smallest. And when I talk of the smallest, even the breath that I take, I have learned to appreciate. So for me, it's a journey that any day, if I was told to repeat it again, I would.
Good.
I would do it.
Even the smallest thing that we take for granted, you've learned to appreciate that.
Yes.
Greater. I want to give you this opportunity to walk us through your story because you're not here by mistake. As you said, you made a conscious decision to live your life the way you are living right now, right?
True.
But I always say every journey has steps that someone needs to take to even be here. So from a place that you're really comfortable with, could you please walk us through your journey? I know there are so many elements, but feel free. We really do have time today.
For me, this is a journey. I loved country living from even as a little girl. Though I was brought up in the city, there were interludes when we would go shags. And I remember I would admire my cousins. So it was something that, it was something that I craved and I wanted. But of course, life in the city, of course, the motion and everything. Then, went through the process. I got married in the city, got my kids in the city. But deep inside, that is something that never went away. It's a decision we shared with my partner. He went to be with the Lord in 2020 because of COVID. But I've learned to thank God for the years that we had together. So I had this desire to go country living, have a shag's home with all the animals. There's this rhyme we used to sing when we were in nursery. Old catches ahead of farm, oh. So as we would put our names in those like a song. So for mine was Old Alisada farm. So the cows, the cuckoos, the ducks and all that, that was my desire.
Yes.
But with my partner, it was, we were never. He wanted life in the city. And he loved good things and he wanted good things. So in 2020, actually 2019, we reached a compromise. We had this place in an area that was a bit suburbish.
Yes.
Yes. And then we had this farm. So we decided we are going to do farming here. And living-wise, we are going to stay in the that place that was a bit up, suburban, like that. But unfortunately, just when we had agreed and we are on the same page, life happened. So when life happened, I looked at the cards that were before me and I had to make a very critical decision. Here I was, a mother with 4 kids, 2 of them with special needs. Life in the city, you know what it is. Where we were staying, it was a gated neighborhood. Yeah, it was okay, secure, but again, I was worried for my boys. And then again, life in the city, you know what it comes with. There is rent, there is all these things you have to pay for, water, electricity, and all that. And I had to be real with me. Those are things I could not afford because of the situation with our boys. I'd become the caregiver. So I was a stay-at-home mom. I stopped working. And he was the one who was bringing in the bread. So with him out of the picture, I had to really, what do they call it? Is it downgrade?
Yes.
Yes, I had to downgrade and be realistic with my story. So that is when I made a decision. Here at this farm, we had already dug the well. So I realized I have water. Actually, water is life. Because if it wasn't for that water, I don't think I would have survived in Ndoboimi. We had the water and we had built just one structure. The structure that is ahead of me.
Yes.
So I said, hata kama ni mbaya, bora niko na watoto wangu, nitakuja niishi hapo. And then also, and that is why I'm saying it is a journey with so many turns. I remember, and may God bless this lady. You know the way as mamas, you meet somebody somewhere, we share, we talk, and then I go my way, the other one goes their way, but the person has impacted your life. But utamwona tena.
Yeah.
I usually say those are the angels that God brings in our path. And then the kind of like fly away, if I can use the word. So there's this lady when I was following the death certificate of my husband. To hapo Sharia, not Sharia house. There's this building, community. There's this place where you pick those, the death certificate. And she was an elderly mama. So as we are sharing, her advice is what helped me. I told her my story. She also told me her story.
Yeah.
She was there following the death certificate for the daughter, a young girl who had lost the husband. And she was very young. She was even expecting. So you can imagine the load. It made me even, hata ile huruma nilikuwa najifilia. Niko na mie kwangu sio kitu. Huyu ni msichana mdogo na nini. Then that lady advised me, told me, mama, vitu ni hivi, vitu ni mbaya. You need to start downgrading. Life is not what it was. So if you can get a place where you will be peaceful, take it and make sure you're with your children. Don't allow yourself whereby your children are scattered because that's what usually happens. You feel like you cannot carry this load. Somebody tells you, let me take your daughter, let me take your son and all that. So she told me, hapana. So with all that, I decided, since we had this place in Ndovoini, let me make that decision. Because I remember even when I made that decision, even the family members walikuwa naniangalia ni kama huyu amechizi. Because at that point it was only that structure that was here. Wananiuliza, na hizi vitu zote za nyumba utapeleka wapi? Because we were living in a gated community, 3-bedroomed, a very up estate. Utapeleka wapi? Nikawapia it's okay, hata kama nikutafuta mali nitazifinyilia hapo alafu tukae hapo. But God is God. Wacha Mungu aitwe Mungu.
Amen.
As we are struggling, as I'm trying to see where I'm going to get the funds, because initially I thought I would get funds from this thing of my hubby, but things went the way they did. They explained to me, it made sense, I accepted. So I started sourcing, where will the funds come? Because moving requires money. Settling also requires money. Fortunately, the place that I told you we had, that car plot in this car up place,
Yes.
God made a way. We got a buyer. So with those funds, I was able to come in this place. And I thank God, with the advice from that lady, when I came here and I decided to settle, I did what I had in one of your conversations. I think even in one of the shows you've made, somebody explained it, homesteading.
Yes.
Yes. So when we came here, I decided to do the homesteading. It was not easy, but slowly by slowly, everything has come to life.
Yes.
And that is why you are able to see what we have here. And also in your journey, we make mistakes, because in this farm, I've harvested onions, very good onions, the big ones. But again, I went into this thing. Unajua ile unaenda kifua. Nilipata vitugu mzuri, but I was not able to get the market.
Oh.
So I did it without going all the way, understanding the market and all that goes about it. So I made losses because I had to sell the
At a
onions
throwaway
at
price.
a throwaway price. So those are the lessons I've picked in this journey.
Yeah. Let me go to the lessons, because I really want to come to your role as a mom and a caregiver. I have been here as you were taking us around. I know it's really not easy, but then I told you the grace God has given you.
Amen.
God has really given you,
Yes.
like this amount of grace that is completely inexplicable, but we are going to get there. Walk me through some of the other mistakes that you made when you settled in, because again, you are settling in because you need to breathe, and
Yes.
someone already is telling you, Alice, please downgrade, because sababu life is not the same, but you are dealing with your sons, your children, you are dealing with grief, and you are dealing with moving out from your familiar grounds.
Yes.
Could you walk me through that journey and how you navigated that?
The lessons are many and they are deep. Because when I came from the city, you know, city life is more performance driven. Nile kitu nataka kufanya, nitawashow. Wanafikiri maisha imenifanya hivi. I will show them, me, I can do it, I can do it. And that's the mentality and attitude I had when I came to Ndovoini. By the way, Lynn, if I show you the picture that I had, I wrote it. I'm kind of a person who likes writing everything down.
Yes.
So I wrote it down. I knew by 2025, which was last year, 2025, I'll have finished my house, I'll have set the farm, I'll have, of course, water. In fact, at that time, I was even thinking, because mine is just a well, I will see how I will even get the borehole drillers
Yes.
to come and see if they can borehole whatever and all that. All those things. So I was moving very fast. Very fast. And in the process, again, I also have my boys. My boys were, when I was in Nairobi, there's a very excellent center in Nairobi that caters for children with this kind of needs. Yeah. And this is the center that has held us, had always held us. They would give us talks, they would give us training. We would meet there as parents and caregivers of such children. So, you know, when you meet with people, unaona sio mi peke yangu natembea hii barabara, so it's not heavy. So when I came here, I had kind of like associated with all that.
Yeah.
So here I am solo. You've seen the way the place is.
Yes.
It's a bit quiet. Then again, it's also a place where you have to be very careful because at night, sometimes we have hyenas walking around. So there was that issue of fear.
Yes.
So the mistake that I made is that attitude ya kukimbia, kuharakisha vitu. And in the process, even when it comes to farming, I made some mistake. And in the process, I also lost some good amount of money. Because, you want to try this, you want to try that, you're putting money into this and, all that.
Yes.
Because all in all, what you want to do ni kuwashow. Walifikiri kitu ilinifanyia, nimetoka city, nilikuwa naishi maisha ile mzuri, unajua you have your car, you drive, you park, you get out of your car, you're meeting guys and all that. By the way, that kind of life.
Yes.
Now I've chosen to come to this life, and there are people who had told me, Alice, please, just stay in Nairobi, get a job in Nairobi and all that. But again, the reason why I didn't want to get a job in Nairobi is because my boys were becoming big. I was looking at the future. Very soon, by the time the father was passing away, George was 15 years.
Yes.
And Eric was 21 years. So I'm looking at these are men who are becoming bigger. Yeah. And the care that they need, sometimes even getting a helper is not easy.
Yes.
It's not easy. So I really had to think deep.
Yes.
So those are the things that made me come here to Ndovoini. In the process of now trying to bring this together, and I'm making the mistakes I'm making, I am learning the lessons I'm learning, is when I decided to take it slow. But I took it slow after I actually went through a stint of depression.
Yeah.
I went through a stint of depression. It was so bad. I remember I locked myself here in this place. Even my neighbors would wonder, the way I have my closed gate there.
Yes.
Sikukuwa natoka nje. And then if I need anything, nizo maboda. The border I send, and I thank God I'm surrounded by very good people.
Good.
So I would call the shop. The border brings the things. Of course, I'm here with my children. Yeah. So the lessons and the things that I would advise people to avoid, sometimes, even when you're going through whatever we are going, life is life. And life will test us. If you're not tested, then you've not seen life. This thing of kujifungia, isolation, but that is depression again, where you isolate yourself because you thought you would do things faster, uwashow. Walikuwa nakwambia the kind of decision you're making was something that was not going to help you. But now it's like they are right.
Yes.
Because things are not working out. But all in all, despite that, when I made the conscious decision that it is what it is, this is my present. And the present is the present that God has given us. Sindio? So this is my present, and this is the present that God has given us. Our watoto ni Mungu amenipatia. God knew that Alice will walk this journey long before even he placed me in my mother's womb.
Yes.
Once I came to that acceptance, Lynn, is when everything fell into place.
So sai maisha ni pole pole.
Maisha ni pole pole.
Without
apology.
Yes. When people hear slow living can also be easily mistaken with idle living. Yes. So could you maybe define to us or for us, what does slow living look like for you? And ukisema maisha ni pole pole, put it in context. What exactly do you mean?
When I mean slow living, is I accept my situation as it is. I accept that initially I thought I would do a sprint. But I've realized mine is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's somewhere I will run and run and run. I accept it. If I have to be Eliud Kipchoge, I will be that. So I looked at the funds that I had because I even put myself in a hole. Lynn, sometimes you want to do things fast, and there are these things called mobile money apps. Huh? And you know, they know when to get you.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, there's nobody in this world. Ile, kila saa, you have a need for money. So I got myself into that rut. When I was not able to pay these funds, because now money was not coming the way I want, I'm telling you, I went through hell. I don't know what the government has done. I heard something was being done about the way they call people. They're abusing. They go to your contacts.
They send other people the details.
They call your contacts list. Nyinyi ambieni Alice alipe deni.
Yeah.
Anaenda kwa WhatsApp. WhatsApp, I had a very nice picture of myself. Leo nilitukanwa. Umeka makeup vizuri unakapoa lakini umeshindwa kulipa deni.
Great. Hey.
Those kind of things.
Yes.
So when I was able to get myself out of that mess, I decided, when money comes, I will act. When it doesn't, I will take it slow. If I'm moving at a snail's pace, it's okay.
I'm good.
As long as I have my peace of mind and I can rest easy.
Yes.
So for me, slow living is coming to a place where you're authentic with yourself. You accept yourself that this is the situation. And it is not about any other person, family or whoever. It is about you. Because now for me, I had to choose Alice in this process.
Yes.
It's not even about my children. It's about me. Because again, if I am affected, of course my children will be affected. Kwanza vibaya sana. So for me, slow living is being at a place of you're living your present life with the presence that God has given you at that point in time. And I'm telling you, Lynn, if we start counting our blessings every day, many times, this world, what I've realized, it makes us focus on what we lack, the deficits. There's this thing, I call them the 3 C's. Compare, compete, which is the other 3 C. So we are always comparing our lives with others. And I thank you for checking me on that. Do you know when we talked the first time?
Yes.
And then, I remember when I was talking to you, I was standing hapo tu mbele ya nyumba hapo hivyo. Sasa naangalia, alafu naangalia zile farms Lynn amekuwa akishaweka kwa nini? Kwa channel. Nasema, hebu naangalia hii shamba yangu. Hii nakatu pale iko. Nikasema, then I went back to my room. So I told you I write a lot. I love poetry.
Yes.
But then anytime I'm going through my emotions, I put it in poetry. In fact, later I think I need to do a book. Good. All those poems. Ziko mingi sana. So there's one I have put there where in a deal na the imposter syndrome. I saw it there. And I said, Apana, that's why. The next day, I tried calling you, then I sent you a message.
Yes.
I said, this thing, I have to defeat it, Apana.
I'll share as it is.
I'll share as it is. Yes.
Yes.
Because, again, there's something very critical you told me. In the journey, many times we focus on perfection. At a butterfly. For a butterfly to reach that beautiful thing where it is beautiful, it goes through so many, izo madogodanyo. It becomes a pupa, it becomes whatever. And out of this mess, something beautiful comes out.
Good.
Yes.
I'm glad you realized that.
So when I realized that, I accepted my situation, even my boys. Let me tell you, George, sometimes when he decides we are taking a walk, and he can walk, he has energy. So the day when I'm taking him for a walk, I have to make sure I've eaten very well. Because zile maraundas tutapiga huku. Na achoki. Ninafika mali nataka, bada nataka endelee maraundas. But I understand because he's confined in this space 24/7, 365 days of the year. So when he gets this opportunity, I guess. So I understand. When I accepted all this, I accepted what it was, I made peace with it, and I became unapologetic about it. That is when everything fell into place. Then January, I told you I follow you.
Yes.
Then I see this one. This I'm telling you, if my kids were here, especially my last one Maggie.
Yes.
Atakwambia Madhe alichizi siku hiyo. Because again, anyway, I'm very free with my kids.
Yes.
Yeah, especially Maggie, my last one, because she's a girl we've worked with, and she's the one who let go naye 24/7.
Yeah.
Eh? Hata kudance tunadansingi tunaye 24/7. I think those are the way I let off steam, or I get rid of the stress.
Yeah.
So that day I said, now this is the agenda. This is the agenda. And from that time, I've been following, learning, and every time I watch a show, a lesson speaks to me.
Yes.
Because either it is a journey I've taken, it's actually the journey I'm taking, and there are mistakes I've made, and some of them I'm even learning from those whatever.
Love to
those
hear
shows.
it.
Yeah.
Love to hear it. And look at you now. Because the essence of this journey and these shows, we just don't want to focus on people who have arrived or people who are in quote unquote beautiful homesteads. How do we honor this journey that we are in right now? How does someone look at their farm and say, mine might not look like honest or rugut, but I'm also enjoying the process. I'm learning to take in the beauty of this pomegranate behind us, that mango that is right there, these trees that are growing around us. How do we make sure everyone feels, everyone connects with this journey? Because I feel like that's now the essence of this whole series. So thank you for just being so open to sharing it while you are still in the journey. I really do appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And again, if you look at it, Lynn, even Ernest and Rugut,
Yes.
there's a time they were at this space. We are just seeing them when they're at the pinnacle.
Good.
Yes. So even them, nobody came to them when they were in the process.
Yes.
Yes. Because the journey of, I could call it farming. It's not an easy journey. And let me tell you also something that I've learned from plants. In fact, sometimes in my next life, if this thing of Hindus is true, that we keep on evolving.
Yes.
This life you are in this form, the next life you're in the other form.
You'll come back a
and
plant.
next life I need to come back as a plant.
Yeah.
Plants have taught me resilience. Nakwambia unaweza kupanda kitu, ama like the way this weather here, sometimes you go through those dry spells. You've planted a tree. That tree kaukas. You know this tree is gone. There are few that I've planted. I'm saying, Aki, this one, I'll need to remove it and put another one.
Yes.
Watch at the rainfalls. The next time it is full of leaves. I told God, please make me a plant. Even when I'm drained, when this body is tired, distressed and everything, let me remember the essence, the most important thing in life is the breath. That's why I always say the breath. Because once breath is there, anything will happen.
Yes.
Anything will happen.
Yes. Great. I want to touch a bit on your grieving period because again, as I said, you lost someone you loved and you are moving, you are moving on because you need to downgrade, you need to downsize, and you have your children here. Could you, for someone maybe that is watching and they're in that period, could you walk us through how you handled that? Is it still a process? And also walk us through now your life as a caregiver to your children.
Very true. Actually, it's a journey. It never ends because this was a person who was a partner in your life for so many years. For me, it was over almost 25 years. Yeah. So it's not an easy journey.
Yes.
But when this happened, and it was sudden, you know how COVID was, and then COVID made grieving so impersonal. You know all the drama that played around it. Like as we were given only 3 days. So even mourning, we did not mourn adequately. Yeah. But what I thank God, and I always say, the family around the person who has lost a partner, it's very critical because that is where they make or break. For me, I thank God for my family, both my own and from my partner's side. It's very supportive. I come from a culture that we have very many traditions.
Yes.
Yeah. But I thank God they listened to me, because me from the word go I said hapana, hizi vitu za kimila mimi sitafuata. And since God has decided to take my partner, the new husband in this home is God. So I thank God I made that decision, and that has been my saving grace all through and through. But also adding on to that is the people I met. There's this lady, when I was looking for the death certificate of my husband.
Yeah.
And I just met her just out of the blue, and we are discussing our things and all that. And this lady shares to me those things that I was telling you about downgrading and all that. And picking from that and acting on it is what has led me to where I am today. Because if I look back in retrospect, Lynn, if I had chosen to stay in the city with the load that I had on my shoulders, I would have, I don't know, I think I would have broken completely. But this conscious decision of coming here, despite the grieving, because grieving you have to grieve. And we all grieve in our own different ways. For me, I pretended to be strong. Anybody who saw me, even during that time, I said, who you? Alice is a very strong lady. But what people never realize, it's a face you put out of there. This thing I was telling you, sometimes we perform too much for people instead of being real to who we are. And I think, for me, I played it out very well. Because either I was in denial or what. Because for grieving, my breaking completely happened when I was in Dovoini. And that was about 2-3 years later. And again, that is the point when now I came and I accepted. I moved away from the denial stage and I accepted. This is what it is. I am a caregiver, and I'm not going to hide my pain. Actually, pain, I don't know why we hate pain. There's a time you had this guy, and I really picked a lot of lessons from that show, Jacob Aliet. And Jacob Aliet talked something about pain. Sometimes we fear pain, but we should see pain as, it takes us to another level. Because we learn. It makes us grow, it elevates us. Because once you've gone through pain, you come out a very different person. You're not the same person who went in. And for me, that's what happened. Because my pain was mainly, there was the issue of losing my husband. And then I have these 2 children. Of course, by that time, like now, I would want to see Eric coming here with girlfriends. At this point, I want to be a granny like this. Georgie, and as a caregiver, those are the questions I ask myself daily. I have entertained some weird thoughts. I've been scared to share. Some weird thoughts of even looking for partners. It's something that as caregivers of children with this kind of needs, we deal with, we grapple with daily. But when I came to a point where I accepted it is what it is, this is my reality, nimeikubali, that is when I was able to give in 100% as a caregiver. Yes. Because now I was able to prioritize what is important. So I take care of them, I take care of the farm, and I'm moving at a pace that is okay with me.
Walk me through George and Eric and how is like day-to-day life with them, you know? Maybe this is for someone who has children who are on the spectrum. Maybe could you walk us through that how life is?
Actually, I would say life, it has its good sides. It has its good side. And for me, I choose to focus on, I'm an optimist by nature.
Love it.
I'm an optimist by nature. Even when I used to work, I remember some of my colleagues used to be mad at me. Alice, aki wewe. Hata saa zile watu wanaongea vibaya about the bosses, wewe at least unasema kitu kizuri. But I always say, and it's even in the Bible, there's this, I don't know whether it's in Philippians, where Paul tells them, whatever is good, whatever is noble, whatever is of pure excellence. Focus your mind on that. So in a situation, it's Philippians. If in a situation there is 98% bad and 2% good, Lynn, if you focus on the 98% bad, nini nitatoka hapo?
It's overwhelming.
Si overwhelming. Hata hapo zile vitatoka, you know that ka feeling hiyo.
Yes.
So, hii 2% hata kama ni kadogo, focus there, ucheke. So for me, that is a choice I've made with my boys. Like Eriko, you met him.
Yes.
Eriko is a storyteller.
Where?
He's a story. Nakwambia, saa zile amenini. And sometimes you're watching a movie.
Yes.
Because sometimes you put movies for them. Saa zile movie inaanza ndio Eriko anaanza story. Yeah? Sijui mara mermaid nini.
Yeah.
Now like there's a day, so I told you how I'm trying to follow some money somewhere.
Yes.
So there's a day I've talked to that guy. I was expecting anirushie kakitu ka M-Pesa. Kaniambia, leo vitu ni mbaya. If I look at my pantry in the kitchen, hakuna. And I know, like George is on those drugs that to calm them down. And those drugs, kukula anakula. Sasa mimi naangalia hapa kuna chakula. Eriko anakuja tu kwa kitchen. Anaanza, mom. Hey, unajua kuna hii mermaid sijui ilifanya Michael Jackson aje. Ndio akaimba ile wimbo yake ya why. I'm telling you, I was gone. So you know Michael Jackson has a song?
Yes.
I'm telling
why?
Yeah.
Human nature. Something like that, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm telling you,
so now
I
the
laughed.
songs, Amami did something to Jackson.
To Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson started singing. I'm telling you, I laughed in that kitchen.
Yes.
So everything. So for me, I focus on that. And with Georgie, when we are taking a walk around here, there's a way he holds me. It's very protective. Yes. And then we walk around. He's very calm. That is why I'm really praying he can get in a place where he's not confined.
Yes.
But I'm confining him because of fear. Because he can come out. There were days before these things, these plants you see at the gate.
The life fence.
He would jump over the fence. And then he would go out there. This is a child who doesn't have speech. He's a big man. So, you know, he can really be misunderstood or whatever. Yeah. But there are those moments when they just make my day. And I choose to focus on that. These other ones, it's okay. We deal with that one and we go. Life continues. After all, life is a rose, but it also has its thorns. Yeah.
Wow. I love that we've spoken about Eric and George, because again, there's Lynn and Maggie. There's Lynn and Maggie. Yeah. So for Lynn and Maggie, how do you balance their attention? Because you're also a caregiver to Eric and George. How do you balance their attention so they don't feel like, okay, mom is maybe forgetting us. Mom, how do you do it?
One thing I thank God for, and I think maybe it's because from before, they understood their brother's situation. Lynn is the firstborn. Actually, the boys are sandwiched in between the girls.
Okay.
So Lynn, all through, she has been almost like the big sister, very protective of the brothers. Now, Maggie, on the other hand, she has this caring spirit, because many times Lynn is working in town. Even the way you see her there, even the way she was working there, she's actually working. So when I'm in a situation, because now I don't have a helper, when I'm in a situation where I have to go out, I call her, and she always takes her time. She will take her time. Like now, she came yesterday because I told her we are doing this show today. So she will handle the brothers. I will do what I do. Then when I come back, she goes back to work and all that. The younger sister, for her, there are moments when sometimes I have to go to Shags, and I can be in Shags even for a week.
Yes.
I leave Maggie in charge. Yeah. But now with the fear now is where George is now. You know, Kitambo, George was a bit small and all that. But now he's a big man. He's turning into a man. Hata ameanza kutoa mandevu. So that is where the fear is. But for my daughters, I thank God they've accepted. They've accepted the situation of their brothers. And when they have to show up, turn up, they turn up for their brothers. Yeah.
Lovely.
And even for Maggie, there's a program that supports siblings of children with this kind of needs.
Yes.
That's the program that I've been into. I was very active in it when I was in Nairobi. We used to go for training. We would train, we would participate and all that. They are the ones who've walked the journey with Maggie all through until now. She's now in 4th form.
Yay.
Yeah.
Wow. Love to
So
hear
you see
it.
the blessing that also comes from
Yes.
it. It has its bad side, but also the good side, and we
2%,
focus on
we
the
are
good.
good with the
We are good.
We
are good. In fact, if you look at it critically, the 2% is also not even 2%.
Yes.
It is more. But the reason why we look at it as 2%, kwa sababu tunaangalia na macho ya kibinadamu. And then we place these kids, we want to put them in our normalcy. So I told you I have accepted Eriko.
Yes.
Eriko with his toys. I said, even when I go to Nairobi and he wants his toys, I will go and buy those toys. When funds are there, I will go and buy for him his toys.
Yeah.
And I told him, if you want to carry them, because you see the way he's carried them there, in the evening he will carry and bring them in the home. And he will panga them very, very nicely.
So you are not fixing them in your own box.
No,
you are
I
letting
refused.
them be.
Let them be free.
Because it happens, you know, when parents have children with special needs,
Yeah.
sometimes some people even put them in a box.
Yes,
Because-
which is very wrong.
And they have their reasons, you know, the shame, sometimes them maybe not being
Actually-
aware.
Yes. Actually, I think most of it, and because even me, I passed that journey, let me be frank and authentic.
Okay.
There's that shame, that thing of comparing, yeah? And that's where sometimes we go wrong. And when you realize all of us are unique, nobody is the same. And God has gifted us differently. Some, the level is too much, others is kidogo. Eh? And then the world has its standards. So many times where we go wrong is we measure our kids with the standards of the world. Huyu kwa kitabu, huyu sio msomi.
Yes.
Eh? Sasa unaona mtu anawekwa hivi. People forget that intelligence is many. By the way, in fact, that's why me, like now, I give kudos to CBE. Now it's CBE, walitoka CBC.
CBC.
Because it now recognizes all types of intelligence. Intelligence ziko mingi. Kuna ile academic intelligence, kuna ile sports intelligence, kuna ile ya leadership. Do you remember in school, the kids who used to get A out of top, ndio walikuwa wanafanywa na kwa ma prefect,
Yes.
ma head girl.
Tunge breathe.
And some of them would perform very badly. Because you'll find there's a kid here who's getting D. But if you look at the leadership skills, this kid is scoring an A. But because the assessment is academic, I'm telling me, I think with this other system yetu, because mi nilikuwa kwa ile ya mbeleni,
Yes.
we were the last group of CPE.
Yes.
CPE. Yeah.
Before
we were the last.
KCP.
Before year 844. We were the last batch. I think in the process, a lot of intelligence that would have propelled this country forward was lost. And many of those kids were left wallowing in the streets. Some were able to find themselves, others not. But anyway, the mistake is when we try to box these children in, as you said, instead of allowing them to be free. For me, the lesson came, there was this time in, if you watch Americans Got Talent,
Yes.
there's this guy, he was called John Lee. It was John Lee. When John Lee walked into the podium, you know, the judges, Kina, Simon, and all the rest.
Yes.
You could see the expression in their faces. Unajua, sometimes we speak so much, the body language. And mamake ndio anamleta. Kuna huyu analetwa. Alafu, you know them, even when you talk, there's a way they talk, the mom would, then Simon asks them, now, who is this? Then the mother takes the microphone, because many times we are the voice of these children. So the mom takes to say, this is my son. He's called John Lee. And then when the mom says John Lee, he had echolalia. He repeats.
Yeah.
And then he repeats with the whatever. He was making some motion sound. And then also the body movement. So you could see judgment. I'm telling you, as a parent who has this kind of kids and I faced this kind of judgment in many places, I could relate. you could see judgment in all their eyes. But the mom, I think, alikuwa sha develop thick skin.
Yeah.
Aka-explain, akasema here, he loves singing, and he found his spark, or even them as her as a mother, she found the spark in the boy when they bought the boy a piano when he was a young boy. And from there, he has just, it's like he just flew. So akamweka there was a piano there, akawekwa, akakaa chini, and he's blind. He's blind and autistic. So mkono yake ikawekwa kwa the piano. So all that time you're seeing, even some of them were actually, the way you stare, not only with your eyes and with your mouth. So wanaangalia kijana. Wacha kijana alieka, akaanza kucheza piano. When that boy opened his voice and started singing, I think I can pay $1 million for the expression in Simon Cowell's face.
Yes.
That boy sang. He sang. He went viral in America. In fact, that year, he's the one who won. He won America's Got Talent. The win, is it 1 million? 1 million USD. Yes, John Lee won that. And the mom said she thanked God because all the hard work that she did paid off, and it paid off in ways that there is nowhere she would ever have gotten such a payment.
Right.
Yeah. So I think at the end of the day, the lesson in this is when you allow them to flourish where God has placed them, then we get results. But when we try to box them, confining them with the systems of the day, like the education system, I thank God, even our education system, we are transcending that. But the problem in Kenya, we are very good at kutoa hizo my ideas,
Yes.
but implementation
The
and
execution
execution, we score zero. Yeah, that's
zero.
where we go wrong.
Hey.
But I thank God there are some things that even the president has tried to do. Ibilia, Anita Crystal,
Asige, yes.
Yes. The one that was passed.
That was a good thing.
That was a good thing. I thank God. Now we are just waiting for the implementation. Because when it is down on paper, that is a different story.
Yes.
When we start seeing it acting out, then that is when we say we have made progress.
Hopefully they execute on it.
That's my prayer every day. Every day.
Good. I want to now touch on your home, where we are. Maybe before we go through the plants that you've planted, you are very specific in what you're growing, right? And you are telling me they are must-haves for this farm that you are raising and farming in. But I realize there's also another step that you are taking, and that step is the construction of your home right there at the other end.
Yes.
Because you intend to transition now from here to that.
Yes.
And it's a journey metamorphically, like it's actually a journey that you are in. Right. Could you walk me through how that makes you feel, just also progressing with your home over there?
Hey, Lynn, that makes me feel good. And I thank God for it every day, because I do not take it for granted, even where I have reached. I thank God for it. Because as I told you, this desire is something that started many years ago.
Yes.
In fact, I would say almost more than 4 decades ago. Yeah. So it's been the transitioning from one thing to another. Yeah. Now here I am, and I thank God, God gave me an opportunity to live in a mabati house, because all my life, lakini God has a very God has a very
sense of humor.
Sense of humor yake.
Cut off not.
Aki God anaweza tucheza.
Yeah.
Because me, if I look at the transition, it has been growth. I started vile tunaanzanga Nairobi, unaanza kwa SQ, alafu kutoka kwa SQ naenda kwa something like a bed sitter hivi, alafu naenda kwa 1 bedroom. Yeah. But the way actually I transitioned like that, 1 bedroom, kutoka 1 bedroom nikaenda 2 bedroom, kutoka 2 bedroom nikaenda 3 bedroom.
Yes.
Alafu tukapanda mpaka God akatupeleka mpaka juu 4 bedroom.
Yes.
Yeah? na tunampatia glory.
Amen.
Alafu saa zile umefika huko, saa zile unafikiri umefika, anakwambia we
Shuka.
But unapata hiyo pale Mungu amekwambia shuka na uko na yeye, ndio pale you will find, I don't know what is the English word I can use.
Yes. Growth? No.
Growth. You will get, is it fulfillment? It's almost like, maybe people can call me crazy. It's almost like a state of nirvana.
Yes.
Which is crazy. But I have had those moments here in Dovoini, moments that I never felt, even when we were staying in those up areas.
This has been the most fulfilling.
This has been the most fulfilling place.
Wow.
Yeah. So even that one, as I take it slowly, and I thank God for every phase as I go, naambianga tu Mungu, siku itafika, itaisha. Yeah, but as I'm transitioning there, I also enjoy what I have at the present, as I told you. Yes.
Enjoy what you have.
What you have.
Enjoy this house as you are building the big home there.
Your present is your present. And I think sometimes that's why many people fear relocating, because unaimagine ati sasa naanza kwa ground, because it's a sacrifice. It is a sacrifice. Even I even look at some of my neighbors here, women who have made those kind of choices, or families that have made that kind of choices. You decide, mimi nitakuja niishi hapa badala kulipa rent. Hiyo rent ndio sasa inanisaidia na kujenga. Actually, for the plants, for the longest time, I've always been against this, can I call it conservative medicine?
Yes.
Because I think these madawas that we are given usually have very bad side effects. And I saw what it did, because I'm sure that is what affected my mom. May her soul rest in peace. And sometimes when I look back with the knowledge that I have today, sometimes I think some of the lives that we lose can be saved. And for me, for plants, I've always loved plants. And if you realize, most of the plants that I have here are the plants that are considered medicinal.
Yes.
Because a good example is this aloe vera. Aloe vera, the way I was introduced to it, there was this time when HIV was at its peak. And that was when I was newly married. I remember that time, my two babies, Lynn and Eric, came shwa.
Yes.
So Lynn and Eric were still very young. Then one of my young sister-in-laws came to stay with us. And I used to find myself all the time, unajua watoto wako na homa, mara kohozi, mara unanunua dawa, you're running to the clinic. So this, and by then she was very young. She was younger than me. At that time she was 18. She had just finished Form 4. She told me, Auntie, so you try this plant. In my language, you call it ogaka. Yeah. That is the aloe plant. This plant is very good, because in Sharks, they had even been using it on patients who are HIV positive. And it was showing some kind of improvement. Okay. Though at the end of the day, the end is just the end. Yes. So I tried it. We would give the children aloe vera, and garlic together. Yeah, watoto walikiona. Walikuwa nalia, but they had to take. Yes. When the mood is good, it's put on honey. Lynn, to tell you the truth, my visits to the pediatrician went to 0. Wow. Until today. Homa can come, na saa zingine as we are affected, kabisa. Erico, because Eric would take the aloe juice, ni kama ni maji, and that thing is very bitter. So for me, from that time, I just started I kind of like got attracted and addicted to these things. So there was aloe. I used to use lemongrass quite a lot. Yes. Rosemary, turmeric. So when I got this idea of starting a farm, I said, whatever tree I plant or whatever plant I plant, there must be value. This thing of putting a tree just for shade, yes. Though there is one I did, the center point, the umbrella tree.
Yes, it's beautiful.
The umbrella tree, that it marks the center of the farm.
Okay.
Yeah, so that one we put it there, because that one we said, Later, if all comes well, we'll build something
Lovely.
chini where we can be going for shits and all that. But the main agenda was to have plants that are medicinal. So that is why I went for tamarind. Tamarind is also very good.
Yes.
Tamarind ndio tunekanga kwa nini uji and all that. You can even drink it as water. So when I came here, actually the first things that I started with was, you see those aloes, zile ziko pale kwa gate.
Yes.
So I did the aloes, then I did mangoes, because we love mangoes. And then I did the banana trees.
Yes.
The banana trees, I actually did them. Saizi, they are so distressed because of the drought.
Yes.
But those ones I did them because I had this idea for fencing. The thing that Ernest talked to. Like fencing and fruit.
And fruit.
Yes. The a fence that gives you fruit.
Yes.
Because the other side, now I think the plant, when there's a time we had a dry spell and it died, the other side of the farm there was passion. Paka my neighbors walikuwa nakulata passion on the other side wakipita. Yeah? So passion for fencing.
Yes.
Those one, because even for fencing, there's some passion trees that are starting. They are still now on the lower stage.
Okay.
And then here in the middle,
Yes.
we wanted to have a forest.
Now here where we
Actually,
are.
we are trying to make a forest.
Yes.
Because my son alikuwa anatuambianga, so we told him we'll make the forest so that you don't go away for us. Eric, when he was young, when you'd ask him, where are you going to live? He said, me, I'm going to live in the forest. So we told him we are going to make a forest for you here so that you don't go far. But now the trees have to add value. It has to be either medicinal or it gives us food.
Good.
Or fruits.
Yes.
Yes.
And, sorry, go on.
So that is why I chose soursop.
Yeah.
I chose moringa, pomegranate.
Yes.
We have guava. We have tamarind. We have avocado.
And someone might be watching this and they're like, Lynn, but Alice now is a stay-at-home mom, taking care of the children. She's a caregiver. How has she managed to do all this? Is she working online? How exactly does she make a living? Is she selling any of the produce? How do you navigate that part?
For me,
yes,
that is a very valid question. First and foremost, I will say by the grace of God.
Amen.
Because for me to be where I am today, not having worked for a number of years, it's not easy. It's not easy feat. So for me, the way I've made it is by making sure I make very intentional choices and also family. And whatever somebody gives me, because their family have been very supportive. Yeah. Anytime I've been stuck, and I talk to any of my family members, be it on my husband's side, be it on my side of family, they've always reached out and given me support.
Beautiful.
But the main thing is the progress I've made is because I chose iya kulipa mdogo mdogo. The companies that have started it, there are two of them. Because we are not going to advertise for them.
Let's do it. If they're doing a good thing, let's play. If you are confident,
I'm confident.
Lynn, these are good people. It's not an ad, but feel free.
Yes. One of them is Sun Culture.
Sun Culture.
Sun Culture. I bonded with Sun Culture when I came to this farm. When I realized living in this area is so hard because of water. Lynn kuishi bila maji. Afadhali uishi bila steam and all these other things. But water is life. So when I saw I had already, by God's grace, we had already dug a well, getting that water from that well was going to be a tall order. At that time, I did not have that lots of money to buy the kind of package that Sun Culture had.
Okay.
That was Rain Smart 2. But they had this offer where you pay a deposit, then you lipa mdogo mdogo.
So they do the pipe, what exactly?
Now for that one, they just give you the panel.
Yes.
They give you
solar.
They give you the solar panel. They give you the solar pump. In fact, that one was a package because they give you the panel, they give you the solar pump, they give you a TV and a lighting system.
Oh, wow.
To light. Yes. So that is what I started with. Then once that pump was in place, then getting water
Yes.
from huku, ikikuja huku, was not going to be difficult. And then they would give you this long, very long pumps, this long type of nini pumps.
Yes.
Kama hii ya black hapa?
Yes, yes.
Yes. They gave me some, it was very long, almost 50 meters. Yeah. So initially, I would just connect, then I put the pump there, and the pump are connected to the tanks. So it goes directly.
Okay.
But slowly by slowly, as I told you, this is something you do slowly, consciously, and intentionally. I got a lady who is a very good plumber,
Yeah.
who came and now did for me the piping and everything.
Okay.
So the water goes into the house.
Yes.
I can go to my kitchen, open my mfereji, and I'm able to draw my water.
All right.
And all that.
Okay.
Yes. So one thing I can say is, it's not going to be easy, but you have to be very intentional, ujikubali na useme kama nimesema ni nitafanya.
Hiyo ndio nitafanya.
So for me, the small money that comes in, I make sure, because this one unajua unalipa mdogo mdogo.
Yes.
So I would make sure, there were days when I would sell some things, like when I had tomatoes, I would sell.
Oh.
When I had the onions, I would sell. Then I helped to pay the monthly bill for the nini.
Solar.
For sun culture.
Okay.
Then there is also this one called Sunlink.
Sunlink.
Sunlink, again, I contacted them. Pia kulipa mdogo mdogo. I go graduating. The first thing I got from them was, because sometimes at night you'd hear the hyenas howling.
Yes.
Okay, me, I was fortunate. My neighbors tell me what helped me. When I moved here, the first thing I did, I put the wire. So I fenced, so they cannot get in. Because there's a neighbor of mine who, the hyenas have kulad her condos. Kuna zingine zile kuku ilikuwa attacked, yeah. So for me, this was the first thing I did. So that was my saving grace.
Yes.
Yes. So for Sunlink, when I got that, they helped me with the lighting of the house.
Okay.
Yeah, so the lighting, I got a torch first. So you go upgrading.
Pole
Once
pole
I
too.
cleared paying the torch,
Yes.
I got now another system that had more lights. Yeah. Now, so that I can ongeza the lighting in the house.
Okay.
So I got that. Then last year, and that's why your question is very valid.
Yes.
As sitting here, because I've got opportunities. My friends have called me for jobs in Nairobi. But when I weigh the pros against the cons, it just does not work out. Yeah, because my situation being what it is, going to work in Nairobi, of course, whom am I going to live with the boys? Yes. And in fact, even if I was finding that person is also very difficult, then you've seen our road.
Yes, coming here.
Yes, coming here. So all those challenges, when I weighed them, nikaona hapana. So Sunlink, after paying that, they allowed me to graduate to getting an inverter.
Oh, good.
Now the inverter, I can be able to get a Wi-Fi router.
Yeah.
So I can do the online jobs, which is now the next project I'm going in. Yes.
Okay.
So now, as I'm doing my online jobs, because I've already gotten the inverter,
Yes.
I'm supposed to call Airtel Kenya. They have some very nice system
Yes.
of, is it Wi-Fi? That one. So once I get that one on board and I get my laptop, I'll be good to go.
You are sorted.
I'm sorted. Because I had another one. Nilitoa, you know, like the way when you move. We moved here 4 years ago. So I put everything kwa store. So the other day when these things came, now you know that aha moment has come in. I'm trying to work. Why? The laptop.
Zero. Ishaenda.
Nakwambia ina crack.
Inajicrack yenyewe. And it's the sun.
Inasambaratika. Tunajua ilikuwa imewekwa money confined and then there is no care and all that. So I understand.
Okay. So
now that is also the next project, to get that so that I can work comfortably from home,
Yes.
get my bills, and kidogo. So anybody who wants to take this journey, Lynn, as you've asked, it's just a matter kujichagua. It's not going to be easy, but nothing good. Because even all these areas you visited,
Yes.
those shows you've been showing, even those people, it didn't come easy for them.
It was There's a journey.
There's a journey.
Yes.
Yes.
How are you managing to build your home? Is it like in terms of, is it from the produce or?
The home,
Yes.
I told you initially when we sold the
property.
Yes. And you came here. When I told you when I was kimbiaring,
yes,
I thought I would sprint like, huyu alikuwa anaitwa aje?
Huyo Bolt.
I thought I could bolt.
Yes.
There I was making decisions like, wow. And some decisions you have to sit and weigh. This is the fund that is coming in and it can do 1, 2, 3. And when you're putting it into this fund, nile fund inaweza kukuzalia. Sio kitu ile utaweka alafu ikwae. Sasa mimi nilikimbia tu nikapata white elephant. So right now, hapo, because I really moved very fast.
What is pending?
Now what is pending is, and then another mistake that I made is when we are starting, we take shortcuts. So we don't go for professionals advice. That is something I'm dealing with. So right there also, there's some places that needs repair.
Okay.
It was not done properly. So professionally. So the other day, I even called a structural engineer.
Yes.
And he gave me his quotation. Nikasema kweli, it's good to have skills. Skills have their prices. So he gave me his quotation. So I'm working on that one. He comes, he tells me, hapa, mama, hapa walifanya hivi na hivi.
Yes.
For you to remedy this, you have to do 1, 2, 3.
Good. The reason I'm asking is because I feel like this is something us and all our audience and people of goodwill, and I know it's not because you've asked me to do it, and I know that's not why we came for the show. I feel ni kitu tunaweza shikana tumalize. I don't know, I'm just being you said 2%. Si ni wale
optimist.
So
is
that something? Is that something you would consider?
By the way, I would consider.
Yeah.
And the reason I would consider it because of my Georgie. And Georgie, I'm telling you, but if you look at him, and I sometimes I wonder why these things hits Lucas. I'm telling you, he's such a nice. When he's calm, George is such a nice boy. Actually, for him, and that is my prayer every day, because at night ninalalanga kama rabbit. Unajua vile wanasema rabbit inalalana.
Hata namsikia.
Hata sio umesikia
wakipelekana na Lynn.
Because najua anajaribu kuvunja mlango. Mtoto wangu amenifanya nimekuwa carpenter. Hiyo mlango amevunja mara ngapi? Akivunja sini mimi nakaa. And I thank God.
Yes.
The reason why I'm saying, and I look at every challenge in life, if you try to look at challenges in life positively, you will pick so many lessons. Because yes, the situation is what it is, but it has taught me to do things that I thought I could not do.
Yes.
Nimetengeneza vitu za mbao kwa hii shamba. Nimelima. And again, also something that you do with your own hands. There's a feeling, a relief that you get from it that you cannot explain.
Love it.
Yes.
I feel like it's something we can really, because I know your goal is George asikue more confined, akue na more free space.
Where the boy has been in that room for the last, I'm sorry to say, George has been in that room for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years, 5 months. Because we came here in September.
Yeah.
The reason why, and I hate that I'm doing this to my son, is because his energy. These were windows before he actually cracked them. Now, when we realize it works for us because we can feed him, we said, I won't repair. I hate that I have to do this, and to contain his energy, I have to give him these drugs. They are called psychotic drugs.
Yes.
Like now he's on aliperidol. But I have to do it because I'm scared my son can do this. I'm scared my son will go out there and do something, and then it's going to be another bad case. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the safest option.
This is the safest option for me right now. As bad as it is, because it's not the perfect option, but at least it's what gives me peace of mind. And even with this one, I sleep like a rabbit. Because he has done it once or twice. He has broken this door. This door that I tell you, imefanya nimekuwa carpenter. And I find him out there.
Yes.
Neighbors call me, your son is out there. There's a day I was working here, a neighbor calls me, alikuwa karibu nyumba ingine huko, karibu na pale mapigs zinawekwa. So because I don't want to deal with that anxiety, this one is better. At least I know where he is, what he's doing, and I'm okay
And
with
he's
that.
safe.
And he's safe,
Good.
by the way. I've seen him grow into a man
In that
room.
In that room. You want like more space for him?
I love it. Even you see the swings that I've put there.
Yes.
That was supposed to be his play corner. Because even now, sometimes you find him in the room, he's jumping. He has a lot of energy. So what I'm doing, and I hate that I'm doing it, I'm giving him drugs to contain that energy. And in my heart, I feel God put that energy in him for a reason. So there's this one, you are with Nani, you are with, is it Shipero?
Yes.
Where you're jumping.
Shipero, yes. Oh, the good.
The trampoline.
Yes. Karibu nisembe tambourine. Ka tambourine ni nini Lynn? Hiyo.
Tambourine si ile ya Bible ile.
Karibu nisembe tambourine. Hiyo trampoline.
The trampoline.
Yes.
That one I'm working on. Because there's even one I'm targeting.
Yes.
Iko, hii inaitwangaje? Hawa wanauza Nairobi Sports. Sports House.
Yeah.
Niliona complete ile ime enclosed so he cannot come out.
Okay.
So when his energy is too much, instead of using drugs to whatever, I can allow him to go and play. Sometimes I wish, okay, I'm working also fencing the whole place.
Yes.
So that when he's inside here, anaweza kukimbia vile anataka.
Na ako sawa.
Lakini haiko ndani hawezi toka.
Ndani. Okay. What's the size of your property?
This is half an acre.
Yes.
As I told you when I came, see, I told you the drama I saw in Nairobi. You will buy, you build your house, then somebody decides to build a what?
A skyscraper.
Skyscraper, those are my flats.
Anakuona ukitoka kwa bafu tu.
Unasema unakaa nje hapo atuna shade. Aki, ukiangalia unaona tu neighbor na kucheki tu.
Yes.
Hapana.
No.
So when I came here, I was very intentional about that. But again, also, it's because the idea that I had behind me, I wanted to grow my food. I wanted to plant my food.
Yes.
Because Nairobi pia, the last place I said ilikuwa East Lando. So the mbogas, you would buy vegetables. Unasikia hizo vegetables.
Me, I've never done that story. I went to see where those veggies come from.
And you actually saw?
Hapa kwa siwe, hapa Rwai tu. Hey, it's true.
So me, again, those are the things, because I wanted to be in a position where I'm also confident about the food that I'm taking in. Yes. Nowadays, kuna hizo za sewage, kuna hizi wanaweka hizi chemicals.
Yeah.
Na hiyo ndio maana unaona plants zangu ziko hivi, because mimi nimeshindwa. Do you know there are some I bought those chemicals. Naambiwa hii tatriti. They're in my house. Nimeshindwa vile kukuja kuzieka hapa.
Usiweke.
Then when I saw you talking with Ernest and you guys talk about organic.
Yes.
And then he talked about hizi zinaitwaje? Marigolds.
Yes.
And even, is it peppermint?
Yes, the peppermint.
And kuna hizi ziko na purple flowers. Lavender. Nikasema sasa Mungu anipatie tu hekima. That's the knowledge I am praying for. But now I am going to be wiser. The soil test.
Yes.
And then I get an agronomist.
Good.
That is very
I have
important.
that covered. I'm gonna talk to Michael, who is the person helping us with this whole agronomy journey.
Thank you, Lynn.
Yeah, let him come, do 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
I also know I could talk to Ernest. Let's have some herbs in this place as well. Those are now my people.
Amen.
I know.
Thank you, God,
I could plug in our people at Hekalu, the ones that did the lovely fence and gate for me.
Wow.
Let's see what we can do. There are some names you've mentioned here. Yes. Nairobi Sports House, if you are watching, please consider helping us with that tambo.
Amen.
Trampoline. Yeah, I hear you said Airtel Kenya, they have some really nice
the
Wi-Fi thing that you're considering. I'll make a call to them as well. And let's see what we can be able to collaborate and do in this beautiful farm. Laptop is good. Usijali na laptop. That I'm gonna do from my end.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. Glory. Thank you, Lynn.
Because man, you've done the most work. Whatever we managed to do, that was not the intention when we came here. Honestly, when I came here, I just wanted to sit with you, Alice, and see how the journey is when you're in the journey. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, but
and you've actually seen what is it in the journey?
Yes.
Because this is my journey with everything that's in it.
Yes.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes.
And we accept it all.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, so I feel like we could come together, few people here and there, and really also play our role in helping you take another step forward. So
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no big promises, but I know we can definitely do something around this home. The willpower is there, the person is there, you have amazing children. You know, I met Eric na alikuwa shanza kunipigia stories za Delamere, I'm like my brother, you know, amenipigia story, tumepiga story vizuri sana.
Ya Delamere.
Yes.
Wacha nikwambie, saa zingine anamkanga mpaka saa zingine nasikianga hizi vitu mtoto anatoa wapi.
Yes.
Sasa juzi akaniuliza, aki mam, huyu Tom Chomgli ni mtu mbaya. Nashinda mtoto
amejulia uni wetu, that's a Pan-Africanist. Eric is a Pan-Africanist at heart. So we are gonna pull up, all right?
Yeah, thanks.
Yes.
Thanks. I really appreciate, and I don't know what word to say. This is a blessing. This is an answered prayer, and I think God's time is best.
Yes.
I have that kanini in my house.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when we are going through what we are going through, the motions of life, we forget about the goodness of God.
Yes.
And so many good things that God gives us. So I made it a habit to stick things in my wall. So in case I forget, the verses that uplift or the words, slogans, I even have, do you know the Desiderata?
Yes.
The Desiderata talks about so much, and it brings so much home. So I have it somewhere so that when I forget to count my blessings, it brings me back.
Good.
Yeah? And I realize, hata kama ni mbaya, kuna ile ni mzuri. Alafu niyo tumeongea.
Yes.
98%, 2%.
To concentrate na
hiyo
hiyo
2%
2% yetu, si ndio? Yes, sir. I want to wind up. I have seen you've really set the pace for
you,
yourself and your family. And we really do appreciate the effort that you've taken in this farm. I know this is not the last time I'm seeing you, my friend. So
you're
I'm
welcome.
See you. I'm gonna
Anytime.
see you for so many activities in this place.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
You're welcome anytime. Anytime. Hata saizi najua mnakimbia, ningewapatia uji. Fermented porridge.
Tutabeba unga. Tutabeba unga, but we are so proud of you, and I can't wait to see what the journey holds.
Thank
For
you.
anyone, maybe before you give us a parting shot, do you want to add something that you feel, Lynn, I really needed to say this, feel free, and then give us a parting shot, and also maybe a contact. I know there are people who are watching and they would love to work maybe with you directly. Do you have a contact they can easily access? And also if you have a contact for our audience who would want to join us in this journey of completely just coming through for Alice and her children, man, we are gonna do that. Feel free as well.
Amen. If there's one thing I would want to add,
Yes.
and it's something I tell people, life has got its detours. Life will show you things, but ultimately, because I think that is why we find one of the main things we are dealing with right now is mental health, because we are living in a world that it's performance oriented. Lazima ujishow, lazima, you know. And that is what is also making young people make some very quick decisions, which later zinakuja inaumiza. I think what I would tell people, accept your truth, be authentic about it, no matter how ugly it is. I think at the end of the day, the point of freedom is when you accept who you are, what it is, and then you make a conscious decision to do something about it. Yes. Yeah. Once you are there, even if it was a situation that was so dreary, Lynn, you will find a way. You will find a way. So what I can tell people is never give up, no matter what you're dealing with. Lean on what you know. And many times it is God. For many of us, it is God.
Yes.
Look for that thing that makes you happy. something that when you do, it gives you a aha moment. You know, these small pleasures. And I think sometimes that is what we've forgotten. Unajua vile ukiwa mtoi, the way we would play. If there are people I admire, it is kids. And that is why I admire my boys. They are free. They can do whatever they want. They are not scared of judgment. Yeah. So if we can be at a place whereby you accept it for what it is, then that's where freedom comes in. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
So I see you next time, because there's a next time. Tuonane next time.
Next time itakuwa.
Yes.
Na pia ukikuja next time,
yeah,
utapata huyu mama amesonga. Kusonga.
I believe that.
Yes.
And I don't take it lightly. You're going to do exactly that.
Thank you,
in
God.
Jesus' name.
Amen.
Yes, in
Amen.
Jesus' name. All right?
Yes.
Shall we wind up?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Wow, what a show, guys. Let me tell you guys, since I got into these moments za slow living, hata show na host na slow motion. Hata show na host na slow motion. Like sina haraka na maisha mimi. Guys, let me tell you, the journey is journeying. It's so beautiful. And I want you to know I'm seeing your feedback. I'm seeing the comments. I'm seeing the emails. I'm seeing all that. And I really do appreciate it. And this is very intentional because, you know, I've noticed, I think it's by design that people want to make us really overstimulated with nonsense, right? So I just want us to be able to walk through this journey together. Penye pia sisi tunajijenga. I know we can decide we are going to do politics today till 2027. And I'm sure it's by design that's what they want us to do, so that we also don't pay attention to ourselves. So this year I'm doing this theme very intentionally because I want us to look at the end of the year and say, look at what we did, because we intentionally decided we are not going to be overstimulated. So I see that feedback and I love it. And I'm welcoming all the new members on this platform. Karibuni sana. And also, just like Alice, if you want to share your slow, intentional and conscious journey with us, there's an email there, lynn.ngugi@lnn.digital or info@lnn.digital. Just send me a brief of your story, and who knows, we could actually be sitting with you in your home, sharing your journey with our audience. And I really do hope someone has been inspired by the conversation that we've had today. That said, I want us to do something very special for Alice, not because she asked me, but because you know how it happens with us in the field sometimes. And I know we are going to come back here for 2 or 3 more episodes and completely play an active role in helping her spearhead whatever it is that she's doing here. So if you want to channel your contributions emotionally, financially, spiritually, those are her contact details right there. I'm also going to be approaching some people that I know that we can be able to combine forces together and really come through for this amazing mom. And I hope you've really been inspired by her 2% analogy. Life is happening to all of us. A lot of bad things are happening. That could definitely be the 98% of what is happening in the world. But we really do have a 2% that we have to intentionally protect. And that for me is the take home from our conversation with her today. I'm gonna guard and guide the 2% that is happening in my life with all the energy I can. So join us in this journey and let's see what we can collectively do as LNN family. And also anyone that is watching out there, feel free to come through, and I can't wait for us to see episode 2 of Ali's story. Sawa sawa. Bye-bye. Thank you, Muga, Scholar, Keith, Joshua, for being incredible people at the field. And the rest of the people at LNN, our amazing editors, Dave and Sam, appreciate you. Our business part, Valerie Mutange, and anyone else that is really helping, making sure that this network stays and grows. We appreciate you. All right. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.